All right, guys, it's been a minute since you've gone for a walk with me and my personal dogs in my own neighborhood. We're gonna go over all the things I do to keep them successful, all the training exercises, and all the things that I use. Burley is obviously much bigger than the last time you've probably seen him in context like this video. We've made a couple of videos with him, kind of progressing through his training through reality. So we're gonna just do an update video. Burley is about 15 months now. He's about 150 pounds. He's a South African Mastiff. He's a boerboel if you're new here. Right now, as far as training, I have the No Bad Dog slip leash. I have the No Bad Dog treat pouch, and I have the No Bad Dog nubs. The reason why I have so much of my own stuff is because everyone always asks me, what do I use? And I wanna make sure it's good for you. That's what it is. He also has this No Bad Dog e-collar on that we did with Dogtra. It's a 2-dog system heel. So I can actually communicate with both of my dogs right now if I need to and want to. One thing about Burley is he's actually he has been reactive to dogs. When he was between the months of 6 months to about a year, we struggled with his reactivity. He just, every time he saw another dog, he didn't really know what to do. He's a boerboel, so super protective, one of the most protective breeds in the world. He also good. I'm paying him for engagement. He also is intact. It's just they're reactive dogs by nature. So some exercises that I've done, slowing down, paying him when he looks. The other thing that I've been able to do, if we see another dog in this walk, I'll show you, is get engagement, heel, get engagement when he sees other dogs. That's the dream for any dog trainer to be able to do when you have a dog that has the genetic disposition to be reactive. Burley, break. Right now he's on his break. So my cues or my markers or my behaviors, all the things that I say to him, heel is walk nicely, break is do what you want within reason, sit is sit, down is down, come is come, place is place. Coda, left, car comes by, left Lakota, which means get on my left side, sit for Burley. Coda, break. Burley, heel. So having clear communication is really, really, really important when you're training with multiple dogs or with any dog. By the way, guys, this year, 2025, I'm gonna be going on a world tour. We're gonna be going to Australia, we're gonna be going to the UK, and we're gonna be going to some select states in the United States. All the information is listed in the link below, so I hope to see you guys out on the road this year. All right, so what you're gonna see here is his suspicion. There's a neighbor getting their mail. Go to break, Burley, heel. So you see him right now, he's locked in, Kora. And he's very, very, very excited about what's going on, about other people all the time. He's very stimulated. Good, yes, good. That I was just gonna say, he needs to check in with me. He's a bigger dog, but what I'm looking for in the heel, guys, heel, is the dog on a loose leash. Because of his gait, meaning how big he is, it's easy for him to, we're gonna go this way, it's easy for him to get past me quick. So what I like to do is really engage with the dog. Yeah, good boy. To keep a realistic heel with him, right? So when he re-engages with me and I engage with him, I'm paying him. I'm using the No Bad Dog nubs. Again, it's 100% beef liver I made. So when I'm paying him, I'm giving him just a little bit, unless you're doing competitive heel work. A lot of this is discretionary on you as a handler and you as a trainer. But for a big, massive dog like this, I don't want him to be pulling me on the leash. That's really it. Burley's so funny. Boerboels are so funny. There's a yard sign up here that it wasn't here earlier this morning when I walked him. And now he's realized that he's locked in. So as we're moving through this, I'm just looking for a loose leash. Good heel, Kora. That's that sign. You guys will see it here on frame in a minute. Good. So there's that verbal correction. Burley, down. So I'm just gonna practice. You guys can see it here. Down. So I just downed him here. So this is something that you guys can do. If this sign was another dog, you can just down your dog. Look, he's super suspicious of this. Burley, break. Good, he's gonna wanna go check this out. Coda's breaking, she doesn't need to, she wasn't in anything. Coda, break. But that's a big deal. You guys can see, look how suspicious he is of this. Look at him. All these new things. So here I'll just demonstrate just a little bit of off-leash work. Now again, to give you guys context, I'm a professional. I know my neighborhood. I know my neighbors. I know schedules. I know things. So I would say don't try this at home unless you know what you're doing. But also too, just like keep in mind, you have to have good clarity and obedience when you're doing this with your dogs. Like if you don't have good obedience, like I use e-collars because frankly, it's the only thing in the world. I played chicken with my dog about 8 years ago and almost died. And so I used, no, longer than that. Geez, he died when he was 12, so longer than that. Anyway, Burley, let's go. So there's a dog coming out here. Burley, come. Good, so little correction there. Burley down. So no correction there, obviously, because he's downing well. I did correct him for the time of the recall there. Burley, come. Sit. Good. Heel. So that recall with the correction, he was in probably to another dog smell. Again, every dog breed is going to be different. The genetics are all going to be different. So he's an intact male. So he's going to find things that are going to be very interesting to him, like other dog smells. Some dogs could care less about those things. So some things may be more interesting than others, but at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is just enforce our recall, enforce our downs, enforce our behaviors. So again, we're looking for this loose leash. Cora, oh, she's pooping. Burley, come. Let me go, but let me just show you like how I would do something like this, especially if I was by myself. I'd put him over here. Burley, down. Good, stay. My no bad dogs treat pouch. I really don't care what Lakota's doing as long as there's no other like dogs or there's no other people. She stays pretty close to us. And I just wanted to give you guys like a realistic look on what I do with my own dogs. You guys can just see with the clarity and control I can do, it makes life so much easier, right? I can manage certain things a lot easier. Cora. So there's kids around here, lap. So what I'll do is I'll just put her into a lap, which has become this like heel. I don't need to reward her as much as I would like with Burley because he's still learning. He's still learning the rule of the land. And I'm going against, again, good heel, Coda. I'm going against genetic disposition here of like, Mr. Protector Boy needs to just feel like he needs to know everything that's going on. Lakota could be off leash and could honestly care less. So as I'm working through these scenarios, again, testing for leash pressure, like looking, Coda break, Burley sit. Good sit, okay? Stay. Now, what I was saying is Coda doesn't, the worst thing that Coda's gonna do is she's gonna go into somebody's yard and steal a little kid's ball to play with them. Burley, on the other hand, might go up and check everyone's IDs because that's just what his genetic disposition is. So my point is the way that I'm training them and the way that I'm handling them is going to be entirely different than each other. So I just wanted to point that out. Also, if you see my hands are a little bit yellow, I put self-tanner on my wife yesterday because we're going to Florida tomorrow and it's disgustingly cold and gloomy here. So we're both ghosts. Anyway, so I'm okay. All right, so we're gonna get back into a heel. Coda break, Burley, heel. There's a dog here. So we'll just see if, Burley, yeah, good boy. We'll see if we can get barked at by Coach here. He's a German short-haired pointer. We've got a German Shepherd behind the fence as well. Watch. Yes, good. So you guys saw that? That's what dreams are made of right there, with him anyway, because he used to, and I'm starting to think, so watch this. This is really important timing. Yes, good. Engagement back to me. 3 dogs barking at him right here, and he is engaging back to me. So I'll cue him here. Burley, focus. Burley, focus. Good, good. Gave him a little reminder there. I didn't enforce it. I'll show you what it looks like if I did. Good. Okay, heel. Anyway, I don't want to be unfair to these dogs who are just chilling. Chilling, you know what I mean? What I've been thinking about, I think a lot of it comes down to his age. Like he just started, there's a dog here, perfect. Yes, good Burley. Good, nice decision. Good boy. Again, you can see Coda's demeanor. Yes, good. So I've been heavily working on this with him, heavily. He is he's an intact, super protective breed. And for him to put his back to this dog as he's barking and sniffing and growling is a huge win for me, because he's been a really tough nut to crack for sure. Because again, I'm going against his genetic. We'll play a little clip of him as a puppy. He came home at 8 weeks and did this to her. So as you can see, it's his disposition. That's why I got him. If I got this protective dog and he didn't bark when things were around that were suspicious, I would be upset, to be honest. So it's something I know about, right? But anyway, yep. So that little thing here, I'll show you guys how I did that. Burley, come. Good. Re-engage. Heel. Good. Dog barks, pay, right? Pay. Pay, right? But I had the focus command first. That's important information. I had the focus command before I applied it to this reality, okay? So that's really important. But that's how I did it, is every time that he looked at me, I paid him. And then when other dogs were around, I worked on the focus a lot more. So then he goes, well, when there's other dogs around and I look at you, I get paid. So that's what we've conditioned him to do. And I'm very grateful for that. Listen, if you guys love training dogs as much as I do, I'm gonna give away my No Bad Dogs slip leash right now. All you guys have to do is follow me on Instagram, screenshot that you're following me, DM it to me, and I'm gonna pick a winner at random to win the No Bad Dogs slip leash. So for you guys at home walking your dogs, this isn't like realistic. I don't want you guys to go off leash. I don't want you guys to try to heal your dogs for a longer period of time. This whole walk in my neighborhood is typically 15, 20 minutes. Depends. And I broke him, I think, twice. Coda's kind of always in a break, but this is what my heel looks like. This is what my training looks like. But understand that everything that I'm applying, the skill sets that I'm applying right now, I've developed starting at home, and then I've applied here, okay? So that's really important to understand. Down, all of the things that we've worked on here, Coda, break, have been things that we've already worked on. So don't think, I'm gonna go out and do this with my dog. It's not working for me, Tom, I can't do it. I feel like I'm a failure, my dog is not good. That's not true. Again, I worked on all these skill sets. Burley, come. Good, and I've applied them out here for clarity. And the important thing is, heel, is just exactly what I said, clarity. My dog knows heel, good, no matter what, right? So it's important to have expectations, clear expectations. It's important to have, you know, the ability to enforce. I wouldn't recommend anybody walking around with a slip leash with a giant dog like this unless they have something for backup like a remote collar. But advancing, Burley, down. Good, getting back down to the basics, paying in position of a down, which I don't have to do, and then advancing really quick to something more advanced. Quarter lap, heel, good. So now I'm going to go back down to the drawing board a little bit with Burley and pay him in position, which is basic stuff. Good down, Burley. Good down. Quarter lap, good. So I'm paying him in position. There's a car coming. So we're gonna see if Burley stays here or he goes and gets absolutely squished by a car and doesn't live to see another day. Obviously I'm joking. I wouldn't put my dogs into that situation. Quarter lap. So as I'm working through this situation, again, I'm advancing her obedience, but also making sure his is still tight. Good. So I threw the ball, paying him for that. Burley, break. The 3 Ds of dog training: distance, distraction, and duration, right? So all of the things that I'm doing have just been a product of practicing them before applying them. So anyway, we're back at the house. Hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully it was helpful. Burley, break. We've done a couple different videos with him throughout his life, and so I just wanted to update you guys right now. 15 months old, still a goofball. He's still immature, he's still learning, but his training has definitely gotten better, and Lakota's doing much better with him. But I just wanted to show you the realities of what it's like when I walk my dogs. So hopefully it was helpful. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys in the next one.